guys, welcome back to KEKO channel. Balik lagi dengan gue Kenny. Dan seperti biasa kita akan mainin satu game baru, yaitu Peachleaf Valley, Seeds of Love. Ini masih demo ya guys, dan kalian bisa try to play this game on the Steam ya. Downloadnya masih gratis, tapi kalau misalnya mau nunggu full gamenya itu belum rilis, jadi kita dapat serial demonya dulu. Dan let's try it. Is it also a good game or not? And here we go. Oke, dia nanya nama kita siapa, boleh diganti. Oke, kita ganti jadi G aja ya, kita ganti jadi G. Oke, confirm. Are you sure this is the name that you want? Yes. Apa ini? New start prologue. So I close my eyes to all ends and open my heart to new beginnings. Nick Fredrickson. Kayaknya nama orang yang bikin ini deh. Okay. I swallow a lump forming in my throat as my boss slowly brings his gaze up to meet mine.
You're fired!
Whoa, buset. What? If this is a type of work you deem worthy enough to submit to us after such a lenient deadline, then I honestly don't have much else to say to you. Boss, wait, I can resubmit a new draft or make any changes necessary. But what exactly is wrong with the current proposal? I thought that
everything!
Boss said. I can't help but look as my boss narrows his eyes at me, slamming his hands on the desk. I watch as he coldly taps on my art proposal before clearing his throat. This is not the level or quality of work we expected when we hired you as a lead artist for this project, Miss G.
It's almost as if you deem this position to be a joke of sorts.
Sir, I can assure you that is most definitely not that case. The urgency in my voice pitches my volume higher, and I can't help but tense up in my chair. It isn't like that at all. I was beyond overjoyed and truly honored to be chosen for this project. I admit that perhaps my art's quality has not been the highest as of late, but I can change that. Please allow me to resubmit a new. No, and this is not something to be discussed. Desperation rises in my chest, and as I feel panic settle into my stomach, and I unconsciously stand up and bow my head. Sir, please, I'm begging you. I can't afford to lose this position right now. The reason I haven't been able to concentrate is because I am in the process of getting evicted. My apartment complex suddenly announced their demolition plans, and I've been swamped attempting to find a new place and finish this proposal. But I swear to you, I can't.
Tell me, why is it that your excuses are always more creative than your art pieces?
Oh my god. My heart feels like it's stuffed in my chest as I stare at a pair of ice-cold eyes staring back at me. For a moment, I felt like a deer peering into bright, fast approaching headlights, seconds from a targeted fate. I can only watch my boss open his mouth once again, grabbing my proposal in the process.
Perhaps you should have become a writer instead, if you're so good at coming up with stories. However,
we need an artist, not a writer. One that can deliver work, not excuses. I can feel my blood run cold as I watch my boss slowly grab my art proposal. The very same proposal I had stayed up working day and night on for the last several weeks. The very same one that just a few hours ago I was so proud of.
Your proposal was
Garbage.
for lack of a better word.
I hope you will come to realize that as an artist. He narrows his eyes as he opens the cover of my proposal one last time before looking back up at me and throwing it in the trash. You are an easily replaceable assets in such a competitive industry. If you're going to spend more time fabricating excuses rather than meeting a client's minimal expectations, then perhaps you should have considered a different career choice.
You're not an artist. You're an amateur.
And this company is not looking to employ amateurs. We are looking to employ professionals. One that you have already been replaced with. Oh my God. I can't help but rub my temples as what feels like the heaviest, longest sigh of my life escapes me. I watch as all sorts of people stream like ants throughout the city streets, each with their own destination in mind. Eventually, I can't do much else and OPT to stare into a lukewarm cup of coffee in front of me. Fire a getting cold garbage right to your face, huh? Definitely not how I expected my weekend to start. My heart feels heavy as I look up from my drink to gaze out at a clear blue sky that seems to stretch on forever amidst towering skyscrapers. And to think of how beautiful a day is today, it almost feels like the world mocking me somehow. My attention is diverted when I hear the sound of a child laughing, my eyes trailing over to a young boy tugging his mom's arm with one hand and putting a small sketchbook in another as the pair sit down at a table near my own. He opens the sketchbook, flipping to a page of a specific drawing before suddenly jumping on the chair. The mother laughs as he watches her son strike the same pose as the crayon-colored character before her. This is Starderman. I drew him during recess when everyone else was outside. Why, he looks so handsome. Look at all these details. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Munchkin. You are getting so good at drawing. Hey, thanks, Mommy. When I grow up, I want to become an artist and draw my own superheroes. Oh, you're gonna be a great artist, sweetie. I just know it. You're already so talented and you work so hard. What else could you need? I feel my grip on my coffee cup tighten as I watch the baying child show his mom more and more sketches in his notebook. The speckled look of joy, hope, and happiness that beams in his eyes. It's what I remember well. I can't help but swallowing the foaming lump into my throat as I grab my drink and slam it into a nearby trash can. As I walk away from the tables, I shake my head sadly as the mother and son's laughter echoes in my ear and my heart. Don't be stupid, kid. As much as we all want it to be that way, the truth is hard work doesn't guarantee anything in the real world. The only thing it earns you is realizing just how stupid those dreams of yours once were. For your sake, I hope along the path of life you find something else that can make you smile like that. Because art just isn't worth it. Take it from me. Without uttering a word, I quickly walked away to escape watching a shadow of what I once used to be too. A shadow of a happy, dreaming kid who loved what she did more than anything. The shadow of a person who doesn't exist anymore.
Oke. Huh. Aku pikir ini adalah game kayak Harvest Moon, ternyata sebenarnya sedikit berbeda, guys.
My feet carry me down familiar city streets as the evening sun begins to set and golden hues illuminate the sky. But before I have a moment to take in a up-flighting sight, an email notification from my phone commands my attention. Dear Miss G, this is an urgent reminder. Please be aware that you have 3 days to vacate the premise at 302 New Street Lane. The demolition of the complex will begin Monday morning at sunrise. All tenants and belongings must be removed by then. And all belongings that still remain in the property by next Monday will be considered as a garbage and thrown away. Please accordingly.
Monday? What? That's impossible.
I woke up my phone as I stopped to read the full email, learning a few strange gleams from the other passengers by. My heart raced in my chest as I frantically dialed my landlord's number. After a few moments, a voice picks up.
Hello, this is Frank speaking.
Frank, this is G from apartment 302. I just got an email from the complex saying the demolition begins Monday morning. How is that possible when barely a week ago you told me I had another month to move?
Oh, yeah, about that. Sorry for the confusion, but there's been a slight change in the plans.
What? What are you talking about? Yeah, you see, the company that bought the complex wants to start building a water park on it ASAP. And while the original agreement said a month...
The CEO called me yesterday and offered me $500,000 to start next week. Can you believe it?
Oh my god. What?
I know! Ain't that something? So, yeah, you gotta get out of there.
Frank, are you crazy? How am I supposed to find a place to live and move into 3 days? It's Friday.
Yeah, I understand and all that, but money talks, baby.
Sorry about the certainties, but I'll need you to up pronto. But Frank...
Oh, got another call coming in. Ain't much more to discuss, sweetheart. Deal's a deal.
By Monday morning, I need you out there. No ifs, ands, or buts. I scream out in frustration as the call color drops and I can only log into my phone. By Monday, where the hell am I supposed to go? I just got laid off for God's sake. Taking notice of the passing stranger and nearby security guards shooting me curious gleams, I feel my cheeks flush red in embraced. I clear my throat as I continue walking forward. I need to calm down or I'm going to risk getting arrested at this point too. But hell, at least I'll have a rent-free place to stay by Monday. Just as I attempt to calm myself, I heavy a few deep breaths, my stomach lets out a disturbed growl. I rub my belly as I glance at the time. And to top it all off, I haven't even been eating properly, trying to meet the stupid deadline. What was it even for in the first place? Maybe I should just grab some fast food, go home and try to plan out how exactly I'm going to survive the next 72 hours? As I barely take a step forward, a spreading car honks angrily at me, causing me to quickly tumble backwards in an attempt to dodge it. An angry-looking man lowers down his windows as he flashes me the finger.
Hey, what the hell? Watch where you're going, lady!
That's my line, you jerk! Where do you learn to drive? I can't help but let out a shaky breath as I watched the driver flip me off again before angrily taking off. I looked down to catch the shine of myself on the floor, now with a few blade scratches adorning my hands and knees. I glanced up to see people passing by left and right, but no one bothers to help me. Not so much as even spare me a glance. As I looked up the looming buildings on both sides of me, I can't tell what suddenly feels colder. The concentrate of the floor or the hearts of the people in the city. Oh my God. I let out what feels like the millionth sigh of the day as I wrapped my arms around my frame from the chilly night air that began to settle in. As my apartment complex finally comes into view, I can't help but stop in place. Home sweet home, huh? Well, not for much longer anyways. As I reach for my key, I catch sight of a wooden sign that seems oddly out of place, resting against a street light next to me. Semi-annual farmers market, last sunrise to sundown today only. I raise an eyebrow in the direction the sign points as I tilt my head towards the entrance of a nearby park. Farmers market? I didn't even know this happened in this kind of city. But maybe they'll have something cheap and good that I can grab for lunch tomorrow. Just about anything better than that tasty burger I had for dinner, huh? With newfound interest, I decide to make my way to the park. As I walk into the park, the realization of what time it is hits me as I watch people finish moving large stands and baskets into tarks. Damn, I missed it. I didn't realize how late it already gone. That sign was probably put up way earlier today, huh? Yeah. More expired ramen for lunch series. What a menu. Decided to at least walk off the 70% grace 10% burger I grade for dinner. I stroll down the venue and spot various flows still packing. The rustic and humble looking stalls of fruits and vegetables being sold grab my attention, but what intrigues me more is the people packing them. I watch as these vendors, most of whom are dressed in simple worn clothes and mismatched in color, laugh and joke amongst each other. Many are covered in sweat and dirt from a hand day's work, but the look on their faces is what really captures my attention. Why do they look so happy? Despite the visibly weariness of the day, almost every face I can spot is graced by an expression of utmost joy. As they chat amongst each other and continue packing, one would assume that perhaps they had the best sales of day of their life. But the many charts of unsold fruits and vegetables in the back of several trucks dictate this otherwise. They seem so genuinely happy. I can't help but I feel a little jealous. As I smile sadly and continue walking forward, I almost near the end of the long street. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, a big sign decorated with vibrant flowers catch my attention. Help, wanted. Various positions open at Peachleaf Valley. Leave the city life behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I find my eyes transfixed on the words written before me. For some reason, I can't help but read the sign over and over again, almost as if waiting for the words to sink into me. Leave the city life behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I can only blink blankly as I mumble the line aloud, but the sudden sounds of approaching footsteps distracts me. I turn to look into the face of a short old man with a funny-looking mustache. The man shoots me a kind smile as he places a small crate of flowers down next to him before mentioning towards the sign.
Evening there, missy. I'm afraid you're a bit late for the market. Seems you might have missed all the good deals, but, well, are you interested in hearing more about the valley by chance?
As if his question snaps me back into reality, I find myself instinctively shake my head as I step back. Oh no, so sorry. I was just taking a look. I'll be going now.
Is that so? Well, all right then.
Have yourself a good night, young lady. Oh, and here. I can't help but blink twice as some old man holds up a pretty flower to my face, the same type as the one filling the crates next to him. I'm sorry, I don't really have any money on me and...
Now.
Gifts are meant to be paid, you know. At his warm words and cheerful expression, I can't help but smile shyly as I take the vibrant blooming flower from his hand. Thank you. It's very beautiful. Ain't it? Now go on and make sure you take an extra blanket to bed with you. It's getting awful chilly this night around here.
Wouldn't want you catching the sniffles for fun.
I nod my head as he shoots me a wave before turning around to continue loading more crates into the back of a small truck. As I turn around and continue my stroll forward, an appreciative smile forms on my lips. I bring the flower to my nose. A sweet, gentle scent fills my senses, and I can't help feel my smile grow. You know, that's probably the nicest conversation I had in weeks. I secretly glance back the old man as he waves over at another vendor while beaming a giant smile. The sign that I was previously so fixated on seems to glow as beam of moonlight reflects of it. I look down at the small flower in my hand as I thrill it. Just leave everything behind and start a brand new life in Little Valley Town, huh? Even just thinking about it seems so crazy. Almost like it's not even real. I just can't even imagine it. My pace eventually slows down as I stop completely. A few moments pass before I hesitantly turn around to look at the sign again. No, it's beyond crazy. It's more like impossible. Even more for someone like me who never left the city before. I mean, come on, let's be real. I wouldn't even last a day without proper Wi-Fi. I'd probably go insane or something. My thought opposes my action as I find myself standing once again in the front of a sign. So why? As I reached out a hand to touch the words in front of me, I can't help but feel tears begin to prickle my eyes. And as I traced the word fresh new start with my finger, I can feel my throat tighten. So why does something so ridiculous, so absolutely absurd, just sound like a dream to me right now? Why does a small act as kindness from a stranger having me feelings like this? All at once, it feels as if the weight of it all has finally caught up to me. I feel a lump form in my throat as desperately try to swallow the foaming emotion inside of me. Honestly, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. It seems nothing ever goes the way I hope it will, and I don't really know what to do anymore. Somehow it feels everything I do is helpless. I let out a shaky breath as I hear a pair of slow footsteps approach me. I don't even attempt to hide the tears welling in my eyes as I slowly look up to see the old man's face form before. He showed me warm, sympathetic smiles as he points to the flower in my hand.
You know, where I'm from, that flower there is usually given to people who leave on a journey.
It is a way to hope for purpose, new beginnings wherever they might find themselves.
Some might lose their way, but
the flower is meant to remind them that no matter where along the path of life they might be,
they can always start again.
Oh my God. As I stare into the old man's eyes, I can't help but smile for only the second time today. His words resonate deeply within my heart. I gaze into the beautiful petals of the flower in my hand, and for a second, it almost feels like they themselves are cheering me on. I feel a gentle hand place itself on my shoulder as I look up once again.
What's your name, Missy?
G.
A fine name at that. Now then, tell me, are you interested in hearing more about the valley? It's never too late to start a brand new adventure, ain't it?
I chuckle as I wipe a few more stray tears from my eyes and nod my head resolutely. I'm interested. Could you tell me more? It's incredible how the decisions that have the power to change our lives completely seem to happen in the blink of an eye. And from those very decisions, the seed of our future sprout and bloom into the very leaves set up before us.
Well, here we are. Welcome to the valley.
Ooh.
Is what I'd originally say, but
Unfortunately, our destination lies just beyond this here trail of tricks, as I call it. I climb out the passenger seats of Earl's truck as I look into a dense steep mountain trail. Trail of tricks?
Yep, this one's a bugger.
For folks heading up into the valley, gets real slippery due to the rain this time of year. However, for those crossing by foot, there's a short little forest path right through there that gets you to the other side in less time than you can say more. Will we be going by foot the rest of the way then? As much as I enjoy nature, I had to leave my truck here to eat. Especially felt all my flowers and veggies still on board.
Here's what we'll do.
You go on ahead through the park by foot, and I'll meet you out on the other side once I getting this darn truck over this here trail. Sounds right? But are you sure you can get the truck up there by yourself here? Ear lets out a roaring laugh as he places his hands on his small thin waist before painting the back of his truck.
Oh, you bet!
Me and old Bessie here have been together for a lot of farther than this, I'll tell you that. It just get to be real bumpy right out there, and I hate for you to get all green and grubbly on me. Besides, gets you warm up for walking. You'll be doing lots of where we're going. I can't help but chuckle as Ernest's positive demeanor shines through my worries. I nod my head and grab a small bag as I head toward the opening of the forest path that he pointed out. Well then, I'll take your word for it. I'll head on through and see you in a bit.
It'll be a darn jiffy.
Make sure you stay on the path now, yeah? Can't be losing you in the forest on your moving day. Easy. I wouldn't know what to do with all your pink suitcase. They don't match my eyes on one bit. Earns another laugh out of me as we wave to each other before I walk through a small open path between several bushes. Okay. As I walk in through dense shrubbery, I can make out a visible path heading towards an opening not too far away. I clutch my bag closer as I begin to while painting my head around to take in sights. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this much green before in my life. Even the air also so different here. It feels so fresh. I walk forward a few small steps as I take in the emerald scenery around me. Trees, plants, and flowers. Some the likes I've never seen before. All seems to quietly bloom into place. I can hear the sound of leaves rustling in the wind as an incredibly calming sensation seems to reverberate through the entire area. This place feels so soothing, almost like it's my inner monologue is interrupted as I unexpectedly bump into something soft. I bring my gaze forward only to stare into the greenest pair of eyes I've ever seen. What? Surprised by the sudden proximity of stranger peering into my face, I quickly step back only to misstep and fall ungracefully on my butt. So, gue rasa untuk part kali ini gue cukupkan sampai di sini dulu aja, and we will try continue to another story. So thank you for watching, and I guess I see you on the next video. Bye bye gamers. Ciao.